Hello everyone, welcome to the new topic, new class. The new topic is RNA world. Up till the previous class, we understood that how DNA was made to be, or with the help of a proof or experiment, was understood that how DNA made to be the genetic material and how it was proved in the present era. In today's topic, we will understand some of the basic concepts of related to DNA. We need to understand few things that RNA was the first genetic material which was discovered actually slowly when evolution came into effect. About this topic, we will discuss in the next chapter. We have this chapter evolution. Then, when the evolution came into effect, this RNA might have changed and slowly, gradually, it changed into DNA, because we know that RNA is an unstable one, a substance which is unstable, and because of its instability, this substance might have evolved slowly. Some organisms couldn't evolve, so they had this RNA in them. Some evolved, so they have this DNA present in them. So we can say one thing: DNA is obtained or is evolved from the RNA. Okay, now the first topic regarding the DNA is about the replication process. We studied that DNA have this process of replication, means to multiply in more than one or two molecules. It can just multiply itself, right? uh, but the concept that this double helix structure, we know that it was given by Watson and Crick. This double helix structure, uh, each of these strands which we are seeing here, each of these strands of the double helix structure, they can themselves form into another DNA also. It is also a fact. If you have this double DNA structure, whatever, see this double DNA structure, the DNA has its own ability to form another DNA from this single strand. And this process where each strand of DNA can replicate to form a new DNA molecule, a newly synthesized strand can be produced. Such a type of process or methodology is known as semi-conservative DNA replication. Such method that is used by the DNA is known as semi-conservative DNA replication. The method where the each strand of DNA can produce its own DNA. Each strand of DNA can produce its own DNA. Such type of process is known by the name semi-conservative DNA replication. So, being studying the concept of DNA, everything must actually definitely need experimental proof. So for this purpose also there was an experimental proof. This proof was actually done by this experiment was actually done on this bacteria Escherichia coli. Escherichia coli. And the experiment was done by Matthew Messelson and Franklin Stahl. They were the one who done this experiment. What they did, they produced this Escherichia coli in a medium, in a container, in a mixture of ammonium chloride. They produced this. They used this ammonium chloride, and the ammonium chloride's nitrogen that they used was the heavy isotope of nitrogen. We know that nitrogen also has its isotope N14 and N15. So the heavy isotope of nitrogen N15 was used for this ammonium chloride, and in this ammonium chloride the Escherichia coli was cultured. Okay, now when they did this process, when they actually, what they did, they did the centrifugation process. They when they did this centrifugation process for the 20 minutes time, they found out that the DNA, the next, the actually the we can say it as a first generation, the first generation Escherichia coli bacteria's DNA produced two different type of DNA strands. You see, this is the heavy isotope, and the first generation produced a hybrid DNA, which has this light color. I will use this light color, it's better, which has this light colored DNA, also this dark colored DNA. They have this hybrid type DNA in the first generation. And when they did this experiment again, when they did this centrifugation for next 40 minutes, after the 20 minutes, when they saw one thing very clearly, that they could produce light DNA, they could produce hybrid DNA together. Okay, it meant one thing, that in such scenarios it meant only one and only one thing, that even after such a process where a normal DNA, where from a heavy isotope, normal DNA isotope even can be produced, it meant only one thing, that the nitrogen produced from this N15 isotope, it definitely could have produced this N40 isotope also. It could have also passed this N14 into the DNA, and this N14 then simultaneously might have produced the new strand of DNA. Okay, and then they made to understand, they understood this concept very clearly, that the DNA that was extracted from that culture after the transfer, what that had happened from N15 to N14, even after the 20 minutes of culture, the DNA that was extracted in the second generation was having the equal amount of hybrid DNA, also the light DNA. You can see it very clearly. It also has this hybrid DNA also, which was in first generation. Also, it has this equal amount of light DNA also. Means if such scenarios happen, then we can confirm one thing, that the replication process that had happened or that is happening in DNA, the double strand structure of DNA will produce DNAs of itself. From this particular DNA strand, it can produce a DNA of itself, and from this particular DNA strand, it can produce the DNA of itself. Okay, clear? So that's what the replication process means. Okay, I hope you understood the concept. Similarly, there were some more experiments done, and the experiments were done in the chromosomes, which was done by Taylor, a scientist, in the chromosomes in 1958. He did these experiments in faba beans. There are some specific type of beans which were involved. He actually used radioactive thymidine for that process instead of using the heavy isotope of nitrogen. They used radioactive thymidine, and they found out the same scenario what the two scientists, Michelson and Stoll, did. He and his colleagues, Taylor and his colleagues, found the same thing. DNA, which is in chromosome, replicate semi-conservatively, or we can say that the scheme that DNA applies for replication is known by the name semi-conservative DNA replication. Semi-conservative DNA replication. Clear? I hope you understood this concept. You have to make the notes on your own, and draw this diagram also. When you make the notes, draw this diagram also. Okay, this is actually the Michelson-Stoll experiment. You have many experiments to understand and study in this chapter, so Do not get yourself confused with the experiments. What is Michelson stall experiment, or what are the previous experiments that you had studied? So study thoroughly so you can not forget these things. And that's all for today. I hope you understood the concepts. Stay safe and have a nice day.